Melissa Moore, so happy you are here with us, and I'm happy these guys are here. They are at the Bluebird Theater tomorrow night. It is going to be a stellar show. Ambrosia, I love you guys.
Thank you very much.
I have you in my phone. You're like my feel-good music.
Okay. I'm going to say our feel-good music is now what they call yacht rock.
Oh my gosh, I want to talk to you about yacht rock. I'm so glad you said that. So Joe, I'm going to say it right, Puerta?
That's very.
Did I do? Okay. Because I told him, I'm from the Midwest with a little Southern accent. And he's like, say it like Pueblo. I'm like, Pueblo, Puerta.
Okay.
There we go. You started the band back in 1970.
Yes.
Founding member, founding genius, really, for this band. You went on with Jerry Rafferty. So I know you've had just...
no. Bruce
Hornsby. Sorry.
Hornsby.
That's the wrong one.
I love Jerry Rafferty. So I felt
what?
pretty good about being his band for a little while.
I was putting you with the other yacht rock people.
Yeah.
Bruce Hornsby in the range. So you've had an incredible musical career. And then I have to say hi here to Doug Jackson. You're not the original Ambrosia.
I'm not.
But you did join, 20 years ago?
24.
Okay, so you're like a good second wife.
Yeah.
You've been here for a while. Or third. You've been here for a while.
Yes.
Or fourth. I don't know, but I'm going to go second.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
That's good enough, I think.
Okay. We'll just stop there. So tell me about Ambrosia. I mean, this fact that you are now yacht rock and this whole new generation is discovering you. How do you both feel about that?
Well, it's given a new life to a certain aspect of our music.
Yes.
As I like to explain, that's not all we do. So if you come to see a show, don't necessarily expect to see just a string of just yacht rock. That's part of our show.
Okay.
But we started off, we were considered a progressive or an art rock kind of band, much influenced by groups like Yes, Procol Harum, Moody Blues, their kind of music. So we started off in that realm, and we were known in that realm, although our first hit record wasn't yacht rock, but it was kind of maybe more so a pop type record. And it was our first number one record on the radio. And the first station to go to number one was here in Denver.
Oh.
A song called Holding On to Yesterday. It's kind of a bluesy song.
Yeah.
Very mystical kind of background vocals, and one of the things that made it sound so kind of mystical was our engineer that mixed it was a guy named Alan Parsons.
Oh, Alan,
we were smart enough or lucky enough to have a friend who was a great classical engineer who brought an album as we were getting ready. This was end of 1974. We just finished recording all the tracks. We have rough mixes, and he comes to our house. He's an English gentleman, 5 Grammy Awards for classical engineering, named Gordon Perry. He says, "I'm holding in my hand the greatest pop recording of all time." And the man who mixed this album must mix your album.
Oh.
And we go, "Well, what's the album called?" He goes, "It's called Dark Side of the Moon."
Oh my gosh.
So we go, "Really? Okay. What does it sound like?" We put it on. We go, "Oh my God!" You
knew, yeah.
It was amazing. He said, "Well, how do we get this guy? We're an unknown band from L.A. No album out yet. We're just basically a bar band that got signed, and now we're doing the kind of music because we have a studio to make what we had in our heads. We can finally do it, And we called Abbey Road, and Alan happened to answer. And he said, "Well, I'm coming to L.A. in a few weeks and for the Grammys.
Yeah.
Nominated for Best Engineered Album." And he came to our house, and he sat down on the couch, and we played him. We're like shaking practically, like, is he going to like it? He said, "What do you think?" He goes, "I think it's fantastic." "What do you really think?" He goes, "It's great, it's great." "So you will mix it?" He goes, "Yeah." And so he mixed our first album, and that album was nominated for Grammy for Best Engineered.
Wow.
So we hired him for our second album, and he produced and engineered that one, also nominated for Grammy for Best Engineered. So we were lucky and maybe smart enough to get in early enough before he became the Alan Parsons Project.
Yes.
And then he had his own career.
Yeah, then, just a different.
For us after.
Well, but what an incredible story. So here you are all these years later, still playing your music. What's it like when you get up on stage now?
I think it's kind of amazing to me, but there's no feeling quite like that when you look out at the audience and you just see the joy it brings them. And of course, it brings us joy to people.
Yeah.
So you look out there and just see people that are lighting up. And I must say, what's one of the side effects of this new moniker, yacht rock, is that there's another generation of people coming, 20-year-olds, are coming to our shows because they've tuned into yacht rock and they love it because it's got melodies and it's got harmonies.
Oh my gosh.
And it was created again back to the studio world.
Yeah.
When we recorded, we were all in a room together and we were playing off each other, kind of more like a live performance.
Sure.
And you're trying to capture that energy. And now if somebody does a file in their bedroom on their computer and they send the file to someone else across the country and they add something. And so you look at the credits for a songwriting today and it's 7 people.
Yeah. That's true.
This guy added the claps and this guy did a few words. And
Cowbell.
Can we
bring back the cowbell?
You got it out. One of the greatest skits of all time.
Oh my gosh. Will Ferrell and the cowbell.
Oh yeah.
I still tear up. But I have to tell you, I love your music. How well do you feel like you know other yacht rock?
Well, oddly enough, we do packages where we are the band and we have to know the yacht rock. We just did a show last week in Tulsa.
Yeah.
With Al Stewart. So we were doing Year of the Cat, Time Passages, Peter Beckett from Player. We're doing Baby Come Back.
Oh my gosh. Are you doing 10cc?
Well, we were on a cruise with them, but they do they have their own band.
Yeah.
But in this case, a lot of these guys that are solo artists, like Al doesn't have his own band, Peter doesn't, Player is no longer together.
Yeah.
So we become almost his de facto band for a lot of these shows. And the other guy that we play with is John Ford Cole. He's this, I'm not talking about moving in.
Oh my gosh.
This
is like
Loves
my
the
favorite.
Answer. So it's just a package of yacht rock hits, basically.
Okay, so if I played you a little bit, could you tell me the song?
Hopefully.
We'll see. Okay, let's just see.
If I can't, my wife Shannon will. She heard music up and down.
Okay, so
Shannon, you're ready.
Yeah, Shannon, you better be ready. Try to think. Oh, well, this is easy. They call this yacht rock.
That's Michael McDonald.
Yeah.
Keep forgetting.
We played that song with.
We played with Michael. We backed Michael McDonald. We've been his backing band.
Seriously, you guys. Okay, let's try another one.
How long?
Ace.
How long?
That's it.
All right.
We just did that. Actually, Peter likes to do that song. He loves it so much.
Are you serious?
We just did that the other night with him.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Oh, this is easy. I play this a lot on Kosi.
Okay.
Oh, Africa, yeah.
Bye.
Toto.
There we go. I know you guys look at me like we know the band.
We know those guys.
That's what's so strange here is you know these people. Like these are people on my playlist. These are people you're like, yeah, we backed him up. Yeah, we were on a. Oh, they come over for dinner.
I did play bass with Toto on it was a benefit concert, and they were just putting a group together, and the bass player couldn't make it, so Curly, our drummer, and myself played the.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's see. Though this is my very own personal. You know this one.
Oh yeah, Brandy.
We're going to be playing with him.
No, we're playing with Elliot.
Elliot Murray of Looking Glass.
Yeah.
Elliot has got. When we introduced him, I said, I don't know where this guy's from, but he has an accent. It's like, I said, where are you from? Because Brandy, you're a front. That it's kind of not Mike McDonald.
No, it's not.
But it's got his own sound, and it's so cool. And he still sounds exactly like that.
Yeah.
And he's a great guy.
Yeah.
And you can't beat there's certain songs.
People love that song.
Okay.
I do.
When you do.
I do.
Right.
Brandy, when you do Brandy.
Yep.
When you do Baby Come Back.
Yes. Yep.
Of course, when we get to play Biggest Part of Me, how much it's just a friend of mine who's studied the science of it said what happens is endorphins shoot off in your brain as soon as you hear that, or Baby Come Back, that little bass lick that starts it off.
Oh my gosh.
Those little things, they just do.
Well, it's so funny because my husband knows, like if I'm like in a funk or something, I'll just start to hear Ambrosia in the background. I'll be like, oh, I just feel better now. So there must be a science behind it.
It is a little science.
All right, one more for you.
Hello.
That I can't figure out.
Okay, after 20 years, Doug, do you know?
I'm starting to figure it out.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah. Just your music is incredible. By the way, that was You're the Only Woman, Ambrosia.
Thank you.
The best. All right, so your show is tomorrow night at the Bluebird.
Yep.
You said that it's not all yacht rock.
No, not at all. It's going to be a mix of a lot of things. As a matter of fact, on Thursday night, if I can remember that we're actually being advertised as an unplugged show, but it's not going to be an unplugged show. But we do want to feature Doug. Doug does albums of solo acoustic guitar.
Oh, wow.
So that part of the unplugged show will be him sitting down. And he just found out about it like 2 hours. He goes,
That's why he's
man, I'm going to have to work like crazy. I said, well, there's a guitar on the wall. Just practice now.
I was going to say, you guys can probably just pick up an instrument and just go.
Sometimes.
Well, a few more years, and I think you're going to have it. You might just get this thing.
Right? But Doug will be doing an acoustic number, just virtuoso acoustic guitar.
Yeah.
And there's one song on, actually the album that Alan Parsons mixed, but it was a song that he actually didn't have to mix because it was a song I did as a demo. It's called Harvey. It's the only song probably that Ambrosia ever released. There was actually just one take, live vocal, like guitar, and I was just doing it to kind of show everybody the song. It's a very simple kind of a folk song. And we were going to decide this would be a cool setup for this other, it was a big band song, but it kind of sets it up lyrically in a way.
Mm-hmm.
And so they listened, they said, we're just going to put that on. That's great. You couldn't do it any better because it just had a relaxed feel. And they said, okay, well, that's on the album. So that was one take, one
take wonder.
Everything. Yeah.
One take wonder right there. You don't hear about that very often.
Not anymore. And no tuning it.
Right. No auto tuning, no all that other stuff.
No time correction, all the things they can do now that just makes it nuts. Because now when a drummer does a track, they spend about 4 hours making sure every beat is just right on the grid.
They squeeze the life out of it.
And
Interesting, okay.
And there's been studies, or not studies, but people that show, okay, here's like, what's a really big Led Zeppelin track? Dum 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 dum.
Oh, yeah.
It's just got there's a really cool swing to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Now we're gonna correct it. So it's only like
So too formulated.
it doesn't have that.
They quantize it
The swing is
mathematically, rhythmically.
swing gets taken out of it. They call that swing in music. Basically, that has that just a little bit of ebb and flow to.
But that's what makes the music special.
That's what
that
makes it
swing.
Human.
Yes.
Human and relates more to the natural feeling of people.
Yeah.
Feel like we're not computers.
Right. Which is why people connect to your music.
Well, thank you.
It is very true. All right. Ambrosia tomorrow night at the Bluebird Theater. I will be out there.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah, I brought my husband. I was like, okay, here's what we're doing. It's our Wednesday date night, and here's where we're going. I don't have the yacht rock hat though.
They'll be on sale there with our merchant man Lenny.
Of course.
He got the message. He's been buying that. He's been buying a little. You'll see.
I cannot wait. I am so excited. Well, thank you both for coming in here. Doug Jackson, Joe Porta.
Very good.
I'm trying.
You're doing great.
All right. Love Ambrosia. Definitely check him out tomorrow night at the Bluebird Theater. I will be there, so come up and say hi too.